What's going on, guys, man? Welcome to Attract a Quality Man in 30 Days. My name is Clarence Brown. Just call me a relationship coach, Clarence Brown. I'm a certified life coach and relationship coach. Also a author, speaker, and the host of the Male Translations podcast. Hey, listen, what I do is I bridge the gap. I bridge the gap of communication between men and women and try to bring a closer understanding through exposing situations that we all go through, but we just handle differently. I've been a relationship coach since 2013. I've coached over 100 singles and couples and helped them to be able to find the love of their life as well as be able to sustain long-lasting, healthy relationships. What I'm going to do here in this course is I'm going to help you ladies to position yourself to attract a quality man within 30 days. I'm going to give you the keys, the triggers, and the different qualities that quality men look for and women they decide to date. And we're going to break down some of the things that men are looking for in women they choose to marry. So come along with me, come along for the ride, and enjoy the process, enjoy this course. And I hope that I'm able to pour into you and give you some direction as to how to attract a quality man in 30 days. What's going on Facebook? What's happening Instagram? Even YouTube tonight? How y'all feel, man? This evening you turned into another episode of Monday Night Live, man. It's your host with the most, Clarence Brown. For those of you that's coming in right now and don't know who I am, my name is Clarence Brown. You can call me Coach Clarence. Some of y'all can call me Coach C. Just Clarence, if y'all close to me, I am a certified relationship coach and dating coach. I help bridge the gap of communication between men and women and ultimately help you improve your dating experiences, right? So what you tuned in, like I said, is Monday Night Live. I got a great topic for y'all tonight, man. I'm really going to try to break this down as quickly as I can, as expeditiously as I can, but in as much detail as I can. So if some of y'all see the title already, tonight we're going to be talking about why men choose the other woman. All right. So when we talk about this, why men choose the other woman, this is something that I have a lot of clients of mine that have this question and have gone through situations where their mindset is questioning what is it that makes a man choose the other woman, or what makes a man step out on a relationship and decide ultimately to keep it moving with the new woman he begins to become involved with. And so as a relationship coach, I gotta try to do my due diligence, make sure I give you guys some game, give you guys some value, and just trying to talk about some of the things that as a man, I see men talk about and experience as to what makes them feel like it's better with the new situation, the new woman, right? So this is not something to talk down on anybody, but this is something I really want to try to help some people with and really kind of give some clarity to some of the women that deal with this situation when it comes to infidelity, when it comes to cheating. And so we got to get right into it, man. We got to get into it. And so before we get into it, let me go ahead and do my housekeeping. Make sure if you're on YouTube that you are following, or excuse me, that you are subscribing, hitting that subscribe button, and also hitting that bell so that you get the notifications every time we go live. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, I need y'all to share this post to somebody. I'm sure you know somebody that has gone through this or is dealing with this or just feels like, hey, I could use some answers. You know what I mean? I could use some clear on to what is it. So here's the thing. What's going on, Jeff? I see you out there, brother. Here's the thing. A lot of men aren't going to tell you this. Okay. A lot of men aren't going to talk to you about these things. A lot of men aren't going to give you the closure that you feel like you need, that you deserve, that you desire. And so when it comes to what women want to hear from men, a lot of times you're not going to hear these things come from a man, because these things are very hard to talk about for men, and sometimes it may be dangerous for a man to be so bold to venture into a conversation regarding why he feels another woman is better. Like I wouldn't, I would tell you, bro, fall back. You fought a good fight. This is not the one for you to step into right now, because of course it wouldn't be in your best interest to tell a woman why you feel like another woman is better than her, especially when you're in a relationship or a marriage with her. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. I'm pretty sure y'all already knew before I even said it. You're not going to find many men that's going to talk about this, that's going to tell you these things. So being that I have no dog in the fight, I'm outside of out of your relationships. I'm married. I got my own situation. So I don't have no problem, revealing some of the things that women want to hear about men. And here's the thing. When it came to me starting to venture into becoming a relationship coach, or jumping into that space and figuring out that's something that I wanted to do, where it all started was right here, basically, with women that would approach me, whether it be my wife's friends, my female friends, family members, just people, co-workers, you name it, that were females, that will all come to me and say, hey, you oftentimes have a good idea of character and what men are doing, what men are thinking. So tell me what he's doing here. Tell me what he's thinking in this case, right? And so this is where it all started. So we're getting right back to the roots and really just kind of breaking down some of the things that men do, some of the things that men think, and kind of trying to give you ladies insight on what's inside a man's mind. And speaking of that, if you're on Facebook right now, I need you to go over to that page or that group right now and join, or what's it called? Send an invite. Or I'll send you some invites. Actually, you send an invite. Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, I need y'all to jump into that group, because we have some really good conversations. We oftentimes talk about what's inside a man's mind, how men feel about love and relationships. That's my group. I started that. I think right now we're over about 2,000 people. So ladies, if y'all really want to hear how men feel about women, love, relationships, and everything in between, I need you to go to that group and join that group. It's called Inside a Man's Mind. All right, streaming to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Facebook, I need you to go to Inside a Man's Mind group and join that group. All right. So we got those particulars out the way. We got the housekeeping out the way. All right. So now we can get right on into it. All right. So here's the thing: why men choose the other woman. Now, majority of women believe that a man cheats because of lust, number one. Number two, lack of self-control. And number three, unquenchable desire to have multiple women, meaning that no matter who he's with, he's always has this innate nature that he needs to be with multiple women. And so you have women out there that will throw this label and cast this over men to say, well, it seems like all you men want is X, Y, and Z. Jeff, if you're out there, I know you probably heard of that, brother. All men want is this. All y'all men really want. You hear that? You hear those things a lot of times when you in passing. And so with that being said, I think that as a man, I think that has some truth to it. Okay. I went and did a topic on the three stages men, the three dating stages men go through: dog stage, the player stage, the settle down stage. So if you're a fan of my work or a fan of my lives, you can go back to my page on Instagram or YouTube, and you can see those discussions where we're talking about the three stages that men go through when it comes to dating, right? What's happening to me? I see you out there on YouTube showing love. So here's the thing, right? So we talked about what motivates a man to cheat when it comes to him wanting some kind of level of respect from his peers, or always keeping a level of respect among men when it comes to his ability to attract women, or his ability to always kind of have that suave debonair, that kind of, that swag and everything like that. So those type of things make a man feel like I got to hold on to that title, and oftentimes make him, you know, what do you want, a repeat offender. You know what I mean? While this is not funny, I'm just saying those things motivate him, right? And so it does it has some truth to it when a woman said, hey man, you know what, a man that cheats, he's a lustful man, and he cheated because he had lack of self-control. He cheated because he always wants to be with multiple women. And I have some partners that have some of those things going on that I can say, oh, it's out there, right? So I'm not going to bash men, but I will credit women to say, I'm not going to say you crazy. It's out there. And I oftentimes make the moniker in the statement, we all go through the same thing, we just handle it differently. Right. So, for the bros that I have, the guys that's close to my circle, that's my close road dogs, and when they're going through situations like this, I tell them, I say, bro, like, you know, you can game some of the ladies, but keep it real with me, because I know we all go through the same thing. We handle it different. So while you might handle it in a certain way, Kaylisha, I see you, girl. Let me show you some love. While we all go through the same things, our decisions behind what happens is that's what separates us, right? While I might see something, or someone might try to tempt me, or feel like, hey, they want to try to flirt with me in a certain fashion, I might say, you know what, let me fall back, because I already can see where this could lead to. I can already see how this might materialize into something that may be misunderstood, misinterpreted, or just may put a stain on my character. So for me, I move around. I clear the situation where another person might act as if they're blind to it. And it's like, bro, come on, man. Like, you know what time it is. You know, if this happened and she said this and then you say this, and that's going to lead to this. And then you can't tell me you don't see that coming. And that's just me. You know what I mean? So sometimes, I get to hear certain stories from my close road dogs after the fact, because they know in the midst of it, I'm be like, bro, come on, man. You already, you know what I mean? Like, keep it real with your dog. Keep it real with your boy. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. So there is some truth to it. But that doesn't really explain why a man leaves for another woman, right? So when it comes to a man cheating because of lust, lack of self-control, wanting to be with multiple women, things of that nature, that may explain for certain women why a man cheats, but that doesn't explain why a man actually leaves and decides to move on with the next lady, with the next woman. So let me see. Kalisha says, men choose the other woman because they always wanted her to begin with. grasshopper, we're gonna put you on. We're gonna put you on the game. That's easy for a woman to just automatically think, oh, well, you wanted her to begin with. That's not always true. That's not always true at all, because when it comes to situations that I hear from men from their point of view, which, like I said, I'm revealing to you ladies what you may not hear from the men that you might have had a situation with, or you never got closure. It's not about, oh yeah, I wanted her from the jump. And in most cases, that woman, what he didn't know that woman right from the jump when he met you, or before you guys were in a relationship, she was into the picture. So you can't say that, oh, he wanted her from the jump. I just think that that's an easy way to just say, okay, well, I guess he was going to be with her regardless. No matter what I did, the outcome was going to be he was going to be with her. And that's not true. So let me say, it's always good to hear him. Okay. So appreciate the love and support, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuned in. So I need to hit, let me see, Facebook. I need y'all to give me two more likes real quick, a heart or some. Instagram, let me know that y'all interested into this topic, because we're gonna break down. I'm gonna give y'all the 3 leading things that I've heard from men as to why they move on with the other woman. But before we move on, I need some love and support, man, so we can get this broadcast a little bit more reach, a little bit more of an expansion, so we can get some more people on this live, because I know there's some ladies out there. Listen, as a relationship coach, when I have a majority of my clients as women, listen, I hear this a lot. I hear this almost every week, when it comes to, hey, listen, well, why he can't leave her alone? Because here's the thing, it's different when a woman says, okay, well, he had a one-time situation, occurrence, or might have been a one-night stand. It might have been something, he got drunk, he was in the wrong place, wrong time. It might have been, just he was in the wrong mind frame, because he felt like, we were in a bad space. We were separated. Listen, we all know there are particulars to these things. It's not all just a generalized statement to say, okay, well, you know what, this is how it happened. And because I asked the person today, I said, well, can you say that anytime a person cheats is because they don't want to be with the person they with? Because there's been plenty of situations where a person may cheat, and it's not because they don't want to be with the person they're with. A person steps outside a relationship, but it's not because this man said, well, I'm doing this because I want to, I want to show up my lady, or I want to do something to hurt her, or ultimately I just don't want to be there. I'm unhappy, right? A lot of times a man does want his family, but these things happen. These are particulars, these are details. Women might not want to hear it, but I'm glad I'm glad I'm able to give you the game from outside the ring, because I don't want to get in that battle, because I know this ain't gonna be easy to swallow. But I do think, ladies, y'all say y'all want to hear it, y'all want the truth, y'all want that clarity. So I'm just trying to do my due diligence. So I appreciate y'all showing love. Let me see. Tamika said he see there is no future with the present one, or she doesn't support him, or he just don't see any kind of potential in her. You listen, you hitting the nail right on the head a little bit. So let's get into it, right? So like I said earlier, lust, lack of self-control, a desire to be with multiple women, or have experiences with multiple women, that it may explain why a man may cheat, but that doesn't explain why a man may leave with the other woman. So here's the thing, here's the truth, here's the truth, here's the bottom, this is the bottom line truth that I think that a lot of ladies may not be ready to hear, may not want to hear, because it's tough to hear. This is not me just throwing this out there because I think it's funny, or this is a joke, this is a game. It's not a game. This is real life stuff. We all dealing with it, right? But now, here's the truth. Let me see. Got a comment coming in. YouTube, unique. Let me see. Shout out to you. I haven't seen you before, but I appreciate the love tonight. You coming through. Said, could it be men can be bored easily and they find someone else to give them attention? You getting warm. You getting warm. So all right. Here's the truth, ladies. Men don't walk away from their families because of sex. Okay. Men do not walk away from a family because of sex. When a man cheats, all right, the first thing a woman wants to know is what? I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to comment. In your opinion, a man, okay, he doesn't leave because of sex. He just doesn't. And when a woman finds out a man has cheated, the first thing she wants to know is what the other girl looks like, what the other woman looks like. Because in a lot of women's mind, it's because of she was more attractive than me, or she had more curves than me, that she just was more beautiful than me. She was maybe more fair skinned than me, maybe more dark skinned than me, you name it, right? None of those things are why the majority of men step out. Okay. And so when it comes to a woman saying, hey, well, what does she look like? You totally missing it, because what you assume is that sex is the only thing that's going to drive him away from you, that could take him away from your arms, from your bed, from your household. And what men are saying is that it's not about sex. Okay. Men walk away because, okay, this is what men have told me, because Kalisha say, why? You want to know why? So it's not sex why a man may walk away from his family, Kalisha. Why it is that a man feels like the new woman is the better option, or his life will be better with her. Simple, right? It's not simple. I'm gonna say that again. A man doesn't walk away from his family because of sex. A man walks away from his family because he feels like the new woman is a better option, or provides a better life for him. Okay. He probably didn't tell you that. If he did, he didn't say it up front. Maybe he wanted to try to make it work. Maybe he tried to talk through, situations that y'all were going through, and you weren't trying to hear it because he had done what he had done, and you felt like it was too late for talking. But regardless of the fact, he felt like he continued to stay with her, and why you felt like in your heart, like, hey, if she doesn't mean anything to you, why can't you let her go for me? There's women that have asked men, and I want to know, ladies, if you out there, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube right now. All right. So I know some ladies out there that I want to know, have you ever asked a man this question? If she doesn't mean anything to you, why can't you let her go? Why can't you stop texting her, stop calling her, stop receiving her emails, stop DMing her and going back and forth? Why can't you stop? Because a lot of men will make a proclamation like, listen, I don't want nothing to do with her. I don't even want her like that. So From a woman, she will hear that as, okay, well, I guess it was just sex, right? Right? Let me get some thumbs up, some heart emojis if y'all with me. If I'm my blackout is a short, did my Wi-Fi go out? Right? And so this is what when a lot of women feel like they're not hearing from a man. So I'm just trying to do my good job of being able to give y'all some value because y'all always show love and support. And so this is the honest to God truth that a man can't tell you is that, hey, listen, you know what? It's not about sex. It's that I felt like that she provided more peace, more understanding, a better quality of life for me, which is why when you ask him, if she don't mean nothing to you, bro, why can't you let her go? Like, if you saying you love me, you want to be with me, you want to X, Y, and Z, I feel like you disrespecting me. You can't hold on to this and act like it don't mean anything and then try to tell me, baby, please, baby, please. And so what he can't tell you, ladies, and what I'm telling you as a relationship coach, as a professional, I'm telling you is that he's saying that, hey, listen, she's providing a better life for me. She's giving me peace in ways that you're unable to give me. She's giving me an ear in ways that you're unable to give me. She's able to bring understanding to my life and see the bigger picture for what I am than what you're doing for me. Now, it's not easy to swallow because a lot of ladies may feel like I'm doing all I can. I'm doing everything I can. What you mean? Like don't even do me like that, right? But again, instead of turning your fist backwards in defense, you should be able to say, well, open your hands and say, well, what is it that I can do? Right. And so the women who do that oftentimes get vilified because other women feel like, oh, you a sucker. How can you stay with him? He eat trash and whatever. Like, I would never do that. And then 10, 15 years say, you know what? We could have worked it out. He was a good man. That was a mistake. I did see him show effort to try to rectify things and to try to repair things. But yet I was just too hurt. At the moment, I wasn't in a space in my heart to forgive. And so I just couldn't talk. I couldn't even look at him at the time. Right. I know a lot of ladies, y'all have felt like I just couldn't even look at him because of what he did. But regardless, when you say, okay, well, I'm ending this, I'm severing this relationship, you step outside to begin a new situation and you see that the dating pool is nothing but mud. Come on now. If the dating pool is nothing but mud, then you say, you know what? Like, people go through things. I mean, I've got homegirls that have gone through worse. And yet all of a sudden, like, I just, maybe I should have reevaluated that decision. Now, here's the thing. It's not to say that you can change a person. My job as a relationship coach, here's the thing. When a person comes into, because someone asked me today, say, hey, what if a couple or a married couple comes to you for counseling and you know what, the person just lies the whole time and they just say, hey, well, you know what, all right, well, I swear I won't do it no more, and they go right back to it. Well, I said, well, as a professional, I'm supposed to be able to identify that you're not even really invested in this, and ultimately you're just lying to pass the time. But most of the time, if that person is going to lie, they probably won't show up anyway because they feel like, you know what, why am I going to waste my time? And why am I going to have someone try to expose who I am? And they may feel like I don't know the whole story, right? But in the end, these are the things that as a coach, I'm able to try to really identify as, is this going to be something that is going to be a repeat offense? Is this person are they really trying to right the ship, do better, and clean their slate by showing effort, or is it really just game? Is it really them just here just to make you feel good, knowing that they really going to be back to their old ways? Right. So that's what I'm here to identify. So I'm just giving y'all ladies the raw, uncut truth of what it is and why. So Kalisha says, end it quick. Man, Instagram, y'all silent tonight, man. Let me see what's up. Y'all feeling me, man? Let me hit that comment section. Chevy Girl 1981 says, wow. It may seem simple, but I think that a lot of times this is something that it's a really big deal, but a lot of people don't put enough stock into it when it comes to um a man saying that this other woman is improving my quality of life in ways that you haven't. And it's hard for me to tell you that because that's not something you want to hear. Let me see. Uh Facebook is definitely acting up. You froze for a second. Oh no. Woo. Hey, it's raining. It's raining really bad over here. We in Florida right now, so you know it's the rainy season. So it's the connection might be a little slow. Forgive me. Catch the replay. Save this. Share this. because of course I know it's going to be something that's worth going back to. Let me see. Kaylisha also said, what if you are the person that asked a man what you can do to make the relationship better and he can't come up with the answers, then what's his reason? Then his reason is he's already moved on mentally, right? So that's a good point. Kaylisha said that, hey, what if you're the person that asked the man, what can you do to make the relationship better? And he can't come up with an answer. Then his reason, professionally, this I'm telling you, what he can't tell you, what he won't tell you, is that his reason is because he's moved on already in his mind. Okay. Now, with a person like that, where I say, hey, listen, you do your due diligence, you ask, you try to make yourself available for change and growth if there is some needed on your part. But if the person can't give you any reason, that's not anything that you can work with. So to me, what that signifies is not that, okay, well, he can't figure it out, he's confused, he's still trying to, see what he wants. He know what he wants. We know what he wants. It's just that we can't tell you all the time what we want. But I bet you when he come through and sit down and kick it with me, he'll tell me, man, dog, man, I couldn't even, man, crazy, man. Hey, see, he gonna break that down to me. Because I'm his dog, I'm his boy, and I'm a man. But he can't say that to you. So I'm telling you what he can't tell you is his mind is somewhere else. So that's why he can't come up with a reason as to what you can do to make it better. Because in his mind is like, can't get better. I'm straight. But I just don't want you to feel bad. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't really want to come across as a jerk. So let me try to be polite in how I handle this. Let me see. So Chevy girls say they take the easy road out. Right. So here's the thing. What you just said is why I'm telling you something that the men don't tell you. It's because that statement, what you said, he takes the easy road out, is an indication that, hey, well, it's not that I'm not all that a man desires. It's that, oh, he's taking it. Why can't it be that a person really says, I've talked to you, I've mentioned these things, I've said what I wanted, I've mentioned what things I desire and I want in this marriage, this relationship, but yet it seems to be to no avail. These things are what men tell me when we're in coaching sessions as a couple, and now I separate the two of them, and now I'm hearing the things that he can't get through to his woman. And so when what was it? Chevy girl says that, oh, he takes the easy road out. That's automatically dismissing any accountability on yourself to say that, oh, okay, well, nah, it can't be me. It's because it's just that no. Why can't you make it the easy road for him? That's my question. Why can't it be the easy road? Now, here's the thing. Anytime a man cheats, okay, any toxic traits a woman exhibits they automatically get excused. Okay. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Anything that is a detrimental or a destructive way or anything that she does gets automatically overshadowed by the fact that he cheated. Now, anytime a man cheats, there's automatically women that say, okay, well, he was wrong. It's not your fault, girl. That's the automatic statement. Now, if a woman cheats on a man, is it automatically, it's not your fault, bro? I think women give other women the benefit of the doubt to say it's not your fault. It was his choice. But when a woman cheats on a man, then all of a sudden it's not his fault. It is his fault. It's his fault that he didn't make her feel secure. It's his fault that he didn't make her feel loved. It's his fault that she had to feel that she had to fulfill her needs outside of the relationship or marriage. That's what a man is supposed to be for. So how is it that he's evading responsibility and accountability when she cheated on him? Because it's clear she cheated on him because of something he did or something he was lacking or something he wasn't giving her. Let me know when I'm wrong. Let me know if I said something that was not a fact. Okay. So when it comes to a man cheating on a woman, anything the woman does that may be toxic or detrimental or destructive, it automatically gets excused, which is why when you have situations where a man chooses to be with another woman, it's not because in the beginning he thought that she was just going to be the other woman that was his escape strategy. Because when I'm speaking to men, I see the men in these meetings when separating the two, because it's a different story when you bring them back together, right? We know this, right? So when you have two people that have love for each other, had time invested, children, money, names on deeds and things like that, when they get back together, when things are said, it's not like, well, you may have a point. Okay, yeah, point taken. Point. That's not what you get. So for those that haven't been in a relationship counseling and coaching space, it's a lot more contentious before there's a lot more rocky road than smooth ground and smooth footing. So when the two parties are separated, you get a different vibe, you get a different story than what may be able to be told when they're together. Why? Because one of the two is going to be able to say, that's not right. You wrong about that. That ain't how it happened. And it's hard to get somewhere until you separate them two and then bring those two stories together and say, okay, well, this is what I have from him. This is what I have from her. And this is what we have together. Okay. And so that's kind of how it works. And so when it comes to a man cheating, the women they're able to say, okay, well, no matter what I did, you shouldn't have done this. Right. And so for a man after that point, it's like, well, no matter what he does, it's an uphill battle because she's like, well, how can I trust you now? Right. That's a fair question. Right. How can I look at you differently? How can I be, all that you want me to be, given the fact that you did this? So for a woman, it's like, well, now it's even harder for me to be that woman that I was supposed to be from the beginning in his eyes, because now that he did this, I feel like, well, the trust has been broken. Right? Right, ladies? Let me see. I see some comments. I forgot to hold on. Let me make sure I show y'all love. Let me see. Below the radar says sometimes women aren't receptive to honesty. Come on, my brother. And he says they feel attacked. Let me see. Miss J Short. Yeah, I think that's Miss J Short said, ladies, once he's gone mentally, the relationship is over. That's very true. So listen to him, support him, love him, and cherish him. Chevy Girl says, that is not every situation. And Below the Radar says, you cooking, bro. I appreciate the love and support, big dog. Real talk. I'm just trying to do game. I'm not, and really, it's not a male bashing session. This is really for the men to be able to explain some of the things that are hard to talk about when it comes to relationships. And why I did the topic the other day, why men cheat if they're happy. Okay. Why men cheat if they're happy? Women always say, hey, well, if he's happy, why is he stepping out? And so you go back to my Instagram, it's up on my Instagram right now. Why men cheat if they're happy. And in that, I said, you got to question, is he really happy or is he keeping the peace? Because a lot of men, because of the family dynamic, because it's convenient, because everything has been built in such a way that it's, it operates seamlessly the way we have it with our, we got our own house, we got our own schedules, we got our own system, we're picking up the kids, okay, you dropping them off, you doing it. So all of that makes it so a man says, well, I'd rather keep it this way than go back to living in a one bedroom and having to pay child support. And not only that, but just not able to see my children and not able to feel that love support from my kids on a daily basis and to have access and free range to be able to touch and, my kids on a daily basis. And so this is why I did that topic. So you can get more detail on that live. It's on my Instagram right now. Okay, relationship healing _ all right, and you'll be able to hear the breakdown because I really went through. I think I've spent about an hour and like 15 minutes really breaking it down on why men cheat if they're happy. Is he really happy or is he keeping the peace? You gotta know. All right, so now here's the thing. So we're gonna get to the 3 things that men have told me when it comes to why they feel like it's better to move on with the other woman. Okay, so it's not just that, hey, he cheated, but now women want to know, why is it that this lady over here, you seem like you just stuck on her, like you leaving me on red, you leaving your kid, you like, you're supposed to pick up man from school, you act like you forgot that, like what, and then you tell me that you don't care about her, that she's nothing. That don't really equate. That doesn't make sense, right? So here's what they've told me. These are the things, like I said, where when we separated in sessions, okay, when ladies, if you come in with your mate and when you're coming in as a couple, okay, remember I have singles sessions and couple session, marriage counseling, marriage coaching, and singles coaching. You can go to my website, relationshiphealing.co. That's not .com, chop that M off.co. And you can sign up for a free consultation before coaching starts. I have coaching sessions by the session as needed, or coaching programs as well. It's up to you. All right. But in those sessions, when we separate the two and I'm able to hear what a man has to say, clear of punishment or punitive damages of what he's saying and all of that, then this is what they're telling me. And I'm gonna give y'all the three things. Number one, he can't talk to you. No, I ain't free. I didn't freeze. I was just pausing because that is something that is the number one thing. When we talk about number one, when I didn't put these down in order, but as I think about it, this is the number one thing I hear from men when it comes to why he decides to move on with the other woman. He can't talk to you. Okay. I just had I'm not going to say her name because, of course, I don't want to put nobody out there, but I just had a client, a coaching client, a woman where, okay, her man stepped out on her. They got married. They were very young. Okay. He stepped out. They really didn't have an example of how to go about not only being in a marriage, but ultimately working through problems like this. Okay. So in the end, she gave him an ultimatum and said, hey, listen, you're going to disrespect me. You're going to treat me like this. You can't stay in my house. You got to go. Right. You know what he did? He packed up his bags and left. And so what the thing that was crazy is that even in doing that, he's still the one that proposed for them to speak to somebody like myself before they got a divorce. Okay. Now, what that showed me is that, first of all, men are never the ones to initiate coaching. Okay. As a man, I know this for a fact. Okay. When it comes to a man initiating counseling and coaching, that's in the 2%. Okay. That never happens. Okay. So for him to bring up coaching and initiate coaching for them too, what that told me as a man is that it's clearly something he feels like he can't get through to her that made him do what he did. And that made it even harder for him to talk to her because now her heart is hurt and damaged and feels like she's not in a place to really hear what he has to say because she's hurt. So also what that meant to me is that where he isn't really where he wants to be. And so even though in her mind, she's like, well, he should have told me this. He should have told me that. He should have been like this. He should have been a man and said this. I said, man, well, hold on now. Respectfully, we've been speaking for about 30 minutes, and there's been at least 4 times where you've interrupted me, and I had to let you talk because you clearly wanted to say what you had to say before I could say anything. Now, regardless of the situation, honestly, I have to tell you that it seems like you're hard to talk to. I said, I've been speaking to you for 30, 35 minutes, and 4 times I'm saying something, and then you be like, well, hold on. And then I'm like, what? Go ahead. And I'll let you talk. Now here, when I'm experiencing this just in conversation and we haven't met, I'm recognizing how difficult it may be to get through a point to you because you have your mindset and you have your points already made up in your mind. So I'm just thinking of what he, as your lover, as your husband, what he may have to endure when it comes to trying to get through to you certain things that he feels. And you know what she said? She said, he did say that. He does say that all the time. Right. And I said, listen, I'm not trying to put you down, but what I recognize is that it's tough for me to even talk to you, and I don't even have no emotional investment to get mad. But if I did, I would be irritated. I would be bothered just because I'm like, man, I can't, like, every time I try to say something, it's like, what, no, hold on. And then, well, and I'm like, you just start the whole sentence. Like, you don't even give me a chance to say, go ahead, because I'm saying go ahead because you halfway through your point already, and I was talking. I'm like, what? Like, dang, I can't even. I'm like, man, this is tough. So he can't talk to you, right? Men say that women don't respect what he says because of what he lacks. Okay, so if a woman is making more money than him, then she can't respect what he says. If let's say he falls on hard times and he once was doing well in a good standing, and then all of a sudden he might have lost his job. The pandemic exposed a lot of this, and I don't know if y'all noticed, but during the pandemic, domestic violence like spiked up tremendously. It wasn't just because you in the house, but it's just because these type of things where when you have discrepancies in the household and you can't actually talk about it, y'all actually can't come to a resolution about it. And it's always any little thing could be that match that sparks the flame. Like this is why domestic violence in 2020 was up so crazy. I can't remember the stats, but what I will say is that it was up tremendously because you have people that can't talk to one another in the same household, and now you can leave. And so men say, okay, she doesn't respect what I say because of what I lack. Also, men have said everything is an attack on her as a woman. So those men that feel like I can't talk to her is because anytime I say anything to her, it doesn't matter the fashion I said it in. It doesn't matter the tone. It doesn't matter the verbiage. It doesn't matter the time I said it. It doesn't matter how strategic I was about the way I put it. And listen, no matter what it was, it's an attack. Number three was listening to respond instead of listening to comprehend, which is what I was saying. The lady that I was speaking to in the consultation call, she was listening to respond so much so that before I even finished a point, she was already responding. Like I was like, where they do that at? Like I ain't even finished my point and you already responded to the point I've yet to make. I'm like, man, right? So that's number one. Number two, she allows him to lead. Okay, we're doing the top three reasons, the number three reasons why men move on and choose the other woman. Okay, I'm trying to break this down as best I can. So forgive me if some of this may come off a little sharp, but she allows him to lead. All right. Now, what they say is she gives him deference and reverence. All right. So for those of y'all that don't know what that means, I went ahead and looked that up, got the definition right here. So don't even trip. Coach Clarence got you covered. So reverence, okay, is a feeling or attitude of deep respect, tinged with awe and veneration. Okay, the outward manifestation of the feeling, pay reverence. It says a gesture to indicate, a gesture indicative of deep respect and obedience, bow or curtsy. All right, now I know that obedience word probably got y'all like. I was with you, Claire, until you said obedience. Respect, okay, I can respect, but obey, like a little too far right there. And then deference, right? Deference means respectful submission or yielding to the judgment, opinion, and will. Okay, deference is respectful submission or yielding to the judgment, opinion, or will of another. All right. Now, the reason why I explain that is because not everybody just knows right up top. You might have a general understanding, but you might not have exactly the Webster's definition of what it means, right? But overall, when a man comes into a situation, what men experience is that, hey, it's hard to get a woman to respect a man trying to establish leadership. And what it is they say that many women want a man to come in and establish some order and be that leader. But when a man comes in and tries to establish leadership, then it becomes a problem. And here's the thing. I said this the other night. I was on a coaching panel, and it was an all male, conversation talking about what men say and women don't hear. And one of the main things is that I said, what women oftentimes don't want is for a man to come in and assess her table. What I mean by her table is when you hear people say, hey, well, what are you bringing to the table? A woman is like, hey, I'm cool with you working on all these other areas, but don't think you're going to work on my table. Don't come for me unless I sent for you. So if a man says, hey, listen, it looks like your table that you're saying, what am I bringing to the table? He's saying, hey, looks like your table needs a little bit of tape, needs a little bit of more welding. Some of the wood is chipping. Okay, I got some nuts, I got some bolts, I got an electric screwdriver. I'm coming to get you right. And a woman is saying, my table fine. What are you seeing? I don't, cool. Don't bring that over here. And a man is saying, well, what do you mean? Like, I thought you wanted me to be the man to help establish order so that we can build a solid foundation and build from that foundation. But I need to put some work into the foundation, and your table is included in that. So when women say, "What are you bringing to the table?" and a man is saying, "Okay, well, I see some flaws within your very own table." Women say, "Hey, I'm good with you working on any other thing, but don't think you're gonna work on my table because my table is fine. Let me work on my table." You understand? That's a metaphor, but if y'all can understand where I'm coming from, this is where a man is saying, "Hey, you're not allowing me to lead. I'm spotting out areas that need work, need fixing, need structure, need fortifying, so that now we can build from where we are right now." But the same women that will say, "Hey, man, if a man is a real man, he gonna come in and provide. He gonna come in and lead. He gonna here." Imagine if a woman has children. Come on now, let me get some amens out there, fellas or ladies. Imagine if a woman has children, how hard it is for a new man, a new personality, a new presence to come in and establish order where the order was the woman in the household. If the woman was the one who was the controlling the household, she was the mother, she was the judge, jury, the executioner when it comes to all things in the household. And then now a new man comes in. Now her level of authority over the household gets removed and now placed over this new man. And it's hard for the children sometimes, and it's hard for the woman at times because it's like, well, hold on. Like, and women say, "I have to feel comfortable with you leading." All right, that I'm gonna translate that right now. What that means is you have to beat me in battle for me to respect you enough to feel like your word is better than mine and your direction, your leadership is better than mine. What I mean by not a physical fight, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about domestic violence. I'm talking about the battle for respect in the household of who should be able to lead. And so those very same women that say, "Hey, I want a man to come in and lead." Now, when he comes in, women say, "Well, no, because I'm leading this ship. And until I feel comfortable, meaning that until you show me that you can lead us to better pastures than I've led us, then I can say that, okay, you have the reins to this, I'm gonna give you the keys to the car." And a man is saying, "Well, hold on, like there should already be a natural establishment of a pecking order here." And women saying, "Well, it starts with me at the top." So now a man doesn't have a place to lead in the household. And again, it's not in every case, but if this gives you a clear understanding of what a man is seeing, he's saying that, well, there's no place for me to lead in this relationship, this marriage, this family. And so now I meet you, I have feelings for you. We go out, we have chemistry, we seem very compatible. Now when we move into the next step, and now the children that you have are involved, and now they're meeting me, and now I'm in the household now, and now I'm spotting out flaws in this table. I'm seeing areas that need work, and now all of a sudden, it's me who's the enemy. It's me who's the villain because, of course, now I'm trying to establish some order. I'm trying to fortify the area so that we'll be good and secure. And you made it seem like that's what you wanted. Now we here, and every time I try to say, "Hey, listen, we need to do this," and, "Hey, can you work on this?" and, "Hey, remember we had this conversation," and it's like, "Oh my God, here we go again." Like, oh my man, are you just always beating me down? I can't never do nothing right. Okay, what is it now? Like, come on, tell me, what is it? Go ahead. Like, who want that? Who wants that? What man is like, "Well, I'm glad you gave me a space to express myself. I understand that now you're open to hearing what I have to say and accepting the truths behind how I feel. And I'm grateful for that platform. So let me speak my piece and give you the truths that I've been holding back for so long." I can't even hold a straight face because that's cap. Okay, so no man is dealing with that. So again, she allows him to lead. She gives him deference. She gives him reverence. She gives him that space to be able to have. She's deferring to him. And what the word in that definition that I know that was a little bit hard to swallow was submission, deference. The true meaning of this, I'm reading straight off dictionary.com, says respectful submission or yielding to the judgment, opinion, will, and etc. of another person. Okay. And then reverence, I know the word I said earlier that might have been hard to take in your chest, was obedience. Where was it? Oh, a gesture indicative of deep respect and obedience, bow or curtsy. Okay. So again, I know both of these definitions of what men saying I'm getting from this new lady that I'm starting to get confused because I'm seeing the benefits over here that seem like it's going to be a better life for me, while the woman that's with me is saying you wrong for that, and how can you supposed to be a real man? A real man will stay through anything. A real man will put up with anything I do, say any treatment because he a real man. What? No, that's not how it works. Nobody is going to should put up with toxic treatment, whether it be a man or a woman. Nobody should be able to be unhappy just because you feel like they need to stay to make you feel good, or not to embarrass you, or call you out, or expose some of your toxic qualities and traits. So again, number one is he can't talk to you. Number two, she allows him to lead. Number three, she understands him better. I ain't been getting no comments for the last probably 10 minutes now that I started going into this. I don't know if y'all ladies listening hard or if y'all upset. I hope not. I don't mean to, this is not to offend any woman, or no, this is not a game. I didn't come on here to play. I came over here to give y'all true, real talk from the men that you would want to hear these things come from, but yet you don't. So let me see. Kalisha says, yeah, me being submissive and obedient is very hard for me depending on the circumstances. And here's the thing, why so many men right now are talking about how, it's so hard to find a woman to submit or just overall listen or respect them, is because what Kalisha just said, and I'm not trying to call you out, Kalisha, but just wanted to point out what you said when you said depending on the circumstances. Okay. Now, the stats show that the more money a couple makes, the less likely they are to divorce. Women have made statements to me that says, hey, the more money a man makes, the easier it is to submit or respect him. So when I hear a woman says, yeah, being submissive and obedient is very hard depending on the circumstances, what men are hearing is, based upon what I have that is a benefit to you, it may be more easy for you because the circumstances seem more plentiful, seem more beneficial for you. So all of a sudden now it's like, it seemed like certain things you are all right with, that if I was a regular guy, you would not be all right with. Certain things that I do, you're able to overlook and just say, you know what, that's a man being a man, or hey, you know what, it is what it is. But you wouldn't say a man being a man, or it is what it is, over a regular person that you may not feel like provides you as much benefits as this said individual. This is what men hear. Let me see. Chevy Girl says all about the approach. Right. So the approach is why I mentioned earlier, where certain men that talk about they can't talk to you, they'll make mention like Clarence. She making it sound like it's that easy. She making it sound like all you got to do is open door policy. Hey, tell me I'm open, I'm free. It don't matter what it is. I'm a big girl. Like I can deal with it. Like, come on, like just be honest with me. And oftentimes it's not that easy, Chevy Girl, even though it may be for you. It may not be your testimony, but for a lot of men, they feel like this is not as easy as women will make it seem. It's just a cop out to make them look bad because they want to say, well, all he had to do was talk to me. That's really all he had to do. I mean, yeah, I was going to get mad. Yeah, I might have shot him in the leg twice. But I mean, come on, he was going to heal. The reason why I shot him in the leg, so it wouldn't have been attempted murder. Like, come on, like he a man, like he'll get like what? You see what I'm saying? And so you'll have men that say, hey, listen, while we in this coaching session, Clarence, it may seem like, she even kills, she real neutral, she's able to just deal with, like when we get home though, listen, don't let me turn on one of them little indoor cameras, with the what was it, the monitoring on it when you come in, the motion sensor, be done caught in all her lies and how she really is behind closed doors. Let me see. So she understands him better. So here's the thing. The other night we talked about if women just want a husband or if women want to be wives on a podcast. Now, between the men, between myself, Pastor Doja, who's my co-host, and all of the men that were on that live, here are the 5 things that men need from a woman, okay? When it comes to dating, when it comes to marriage, these are the things that are the difference between the women who get married and the women that don't. These are 5 things that I think all men, we can come together and be like, yeah, that's good grass right there. That's good game. You know what I'm saying? So men have a problem with women when it comes to the fact that every table is different. So women, what one woman may need to her table is love, compassion, a dog lover, a person who's compassionate to children and loves kids, and a person who's caring. Another person will say, hey, I need you to bring some financial resources to this table. If you're gonna come over here, you need to at least be able to bring in a 401k, a Roth IRA. You need to be able to bring some trading investments. Like, come on now, I'm not going to be brought down. Every table is different, so women's standards may be different globally. And there's so many women. Well, one woman say, hey, I'll cook for my man, or another woman say, hey, listen, we grew up having Uber Eats, and over here, like, I don't shake no pots. It's 2021. So here's the 5 things that men, if you're on this live, let me know if this is trash or cash, but men have said these things as the 5 things that men need out of women, especially when it comes to a relationship or marriage. Number 1, peace. Okay, peace. What that means is when it's so much turbulence outside the home, he should come and find solace at home and feel like he can have peace in his life when he reaches home. So a woman providing peace or a level of calm to the day, or calm over all the things he's endured and throughout the day of the week, that's going to bode well for her. Number 2, understanding. Okay, understanding who he is, understanding his mission, understanding how his mind works, understanding his space in the relationship. Meaning that, like I said, the pecking order, understanding that, hey, as a man, these are how things should operate. Now, with under that same standard of operation, you're able to hold him accountable to where he is and who he is supposed to be within the relationship. Why? Because you're doing your job to give him the space as a man, as a leader of the household, to do what he needs to do. So if he's not holding up the end of the bargain, it's not because that you're not giving him that space. You are, but he's not doing his job, which is what you're trying to bring to the forefront and trying to bring a magnifying light to. Right. And so this is where, again, if you do give him understanding, then now you can hold him accountable based upon the understanding that you're trying to give him, as opposed to the opposite way around. All right. Number 3, emotional stability. So when a man is saying that, hey, you seem like your emotions change from one moment to the next. One moment you seem cool, the next moment is like you flipped out on me. Or, hey, you say, hey, be open to me, tell me how you feel, and then I tell you something that I'm just feeling honestly. I thought I had the right to say. I thought I had a platform that you were giving me to speak this truth, and then all of a sudden now it's like, nah, cause you in a doghouse. It's a dry spell for the next month. All of these things you're trying to do to punish me over the fact that you saying that I want you to speak free of punishment. I want you to feel like you're going to have to, free of punitive thing. No, because that's not how it happens. As soon as he says something, so he needs a woman to have emotional stability. All right. Number 4, respect. Okay. Respect is huge because a lot of women today don't respect a man enough to follow him as a leader. As I said earlier, when a man comes in and tries to establish leadership, a lot of women that say they want a leader are the same women that will fight a man tooth and nail because they feel like, who are you, the audacity, the nerve for you to come in and think you about to come in and direct this ship that I've been driving the whole time, right? Women say, I'm so tired of doing everything. I want a man to just come in, like take some weight off my shoulders. And when he does that, he say, hey, listen, all right, I'm gonna take the drivers, I'm gonna take the wheel, you hop in the passenger seat, you take the map. If you want to take a nap, whatever you want to do, okay, I'm gonna get us there. I'm gonna do my best. And she's like, the nerve of you, like, please, like, I'm an independent woman. Listen, I've been doing this for X amount of years. Like, come on, now, what you trying to say? I can't lead us there. I can't get us there. And he's like, I never said you couldn't do none of that. I thought you wanted me to drive. Now I'm driving and you like, move over. See, because this is what I'm saying. Like, it's taking too long. Oh my God, like it's bumpy anyway. Like the way I take. And then he like, man, hey, drop me off. Drop me off. What? What's wrong with you? Nah, dude, I'm cool. I'm straight. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Just drop me off. What? So now that's where we at? You acting like that? And he's like, hey man, the next exit, cool. Just drop me off, man. I'm gonna walk. Oh, so you gonna walk now? We are 10, 15 miles. You gonna walk 20 miles? Hey, I'll walk. I'll figure it out. And so here's where you have a man that feels like he's not being respected, right? And so the last thing is honoring where he is today and honoring where he is going. Okay, broke down 5 things. These are things, and I got some hearts on Instagram, so I think I'm in the right space. Appreciate that. So these are the 5 things that men all say that they need from a woman when it comes to a relationship or marriage: peace, understanding, emotional stability, respect, and honoring who he is today and who he is to be, who he is to become. All right. Now, for a kicker in there, I'm gonna add sexual compatibility as well. I think that's very huge. That's very key to men. Okay. So when it comes to those 5 things, let me see. His Jules Purpose said good points, but regarding an earlier comment, it's not the woman's role to improve the quality of a man's life. He should have been improving himself. A woman is to bring peace, respect, and support. Okay, I'm gonna just say that's not true. Okay, it is a woman's job or a woman's role, excuse me, a woman's role to bring quality to a man's life. Any woman that believes that it's not a woman's role to bring quality to a man's life, that's not. I'm gonna just respectfully say I strongly, emphatically disagree. Okay, that is the main purpose behind a woman why a man marries, because a man doesn't have to marry. But the reason why he is marrying is because he saw wife in the woman before he proposed. So he saw my quality of life will improve by adding this woman to my life. And if I don't see that, she won't see a ring. That's a fact. That is a fact. And I'm going to say it again, that's a fact. Okay. If he doesn't see the woman he's with bringing quality to his life, then she won't see a ring. Period. Period. So it is a woman's role to bring quality to a man's life. I agree with you, Jules Purpose, that he should have been improving himself. But yet, even with however great he develops into a man, whatever great guy he develops into, he still wants and desires a woman to bring quality to his life. That's one of the main roles a man is looking for out of his woman. Bring quality to my life. Peace, understanding, emotional stability, respect, and honoring where he is today is what brings peace to his life. Let me see. Quality life in terms of finances. Okay. So I got you. So no, she's not, her role is not to bring quality to his life financially, but yet it is her job, it is her role, it is her duty to say, hey, how can I improve his life? No different than it is his role to improve the quality of her life. No different. Okay. So again, 5 things all men want out of, if you're a lady out there, you single, and you said, hey, if anything you took from this live, if you want to save it for these 5 things. Because you can ask your man, do I bring you peace? Do you feel like I bring you peace? What you talking about, girl? Like, come on, man. You tripping. You trying to watch the show. Come on, can we watch the show? You're like, oh, just hold on real quick. Pause it. Do you think I bring you peace? See, fellas, we know we be chilling this thing, do I bring you peace? Like, what? Man, you tripping, man. Here we go. But do I bring you peace? Do you feel like I understand you? One of the main things men say about women that they step out with, I just feel like she understands me. And I say that because I hear that so much. Men, we hear that so much with guys that we know. It's like, man, hey, they living foul. They riding dirty. They living a little dirty. But when we speak to them as friends, as close road dogs, they say, man, it's just, man. I mean, I know I'm tripping. I know right now I'm. You like, man, don't get caught now. Cheryl, man. She gonna, man, you gonna have the guns. You gonna bust the windows out your car. She gonna Jasmine Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? And he like, man, I know, man. It's just, man. I mean, just when we talk, man, I vibe, like I'll be telling about certain things I'm going through in life and this and that. And it just seems like she understands me, bro. That's what's just so crazy. It's like, man, I mean, I ain't even think it was gonna get this far. Like at the first, we were just talking, and then it just this and that, and then now it's just like, man, I just feel like she just understands me. I don't know, right? This is what he's not telling you, but when he goes to his partner's house, when he goes to his dog's house, when he goes to his boy's house, this is what he's tripping over, the fact that, man, it ain't supposed to even got this far. Like I got my son and her, and like we trying to work through these things, and but man, she just, bro, it's just like she just understands me. What you gonna do? Because it's such a major key to men. So that's it. This is why men choose the other women, and this is why, like I said, when it comes to women, this topic, this conversation comes up, and not too many are strong enough to hear it in its entirety. So I'm glad that y'all stayed for a little while with me, kicked it for me for a little bit. And like I said, save this post because this is going to help you not only for the 5 things men look for women they date and women that they marry, but ultimately the 3 things that men say when it comes to them deciding to move on with another woman. Because as I said earlier, it's not that a man is just cheating because he didn't want to be with you. We know that in all cases, people don't cheat with the intent to leave. But for those that do leave, what was the difference? And so this is why, like I said, the 3 things: 1, he can't talk to you. He doesn't feel like you respect him because of what he lacks or what he doesn't have. So now you don't respect him. Everything is an attack on you, ladies. Men feel like women are listening to respond, not comprehend. So they don't hear what they're really saying. Number 2, this new woman is allowing him to lead where it's so difficult, he feels like, with you to be able to be the leader that you say you want. But yet when he tries to establish that leadership, it's always a combat for who's smarter, who knows better, who's more intelligent, who has more intellect, all of these things. And number 3, she understands him better. Men feel like, bro, like it seemed like we clicking on certain things where I'm talking to my lady about these same things. She seems uninterested. She seems to not care at all. And now when I'm talking to her, it's like she's all ears. Maybe fool's gold. Maybe might change the same way it did for you guys. But in that moment, this is what he feels like. So let me see. I'm gonna read a few last comments before we get on up out of here. Let me see. Kaylisha say, "I definitely learned a lot by listening." I appreciate it, man. Listen, that's what made me feel good right there. Real talk. Honestly, what you just said, I definitely learned a lot by listening. That's what's up. I really appreciate that right there. So she said, I saved it as well. I agree with the 5 things. I appreciate it, man. Look, you showing love tonight, Kaylisha. I might have to send you something. You might have to DM me your address, Kaylisha. I'm serious. DM me your address. I want to send you a copy of my book. My book, Come and Talk to Me, The Women's Guide to Why Men Don't Communicate. That is on my website, relationshiphealing.co. That's not .com, that's .co. Let me go ahead and put that in the comments real quick. But I want to send you a copy of my book, Kaylee. So you always showing love every week. This ain't the first time nor the last time that you're going to get something for me. But DM me your information so that I can go ahead and have because I got a book that I got to send out tomorrow, Kaylisha. So I want you to go ahead and send me your address and your information. So while I'm out sending that book, I can send yours as well. And I want to sign it and make sure that you get that. So let me put my website, relationshiphealing.co. All right. So, and again, that is not only my brand, but that is also my website. And so these conversations that I'm having, like I said, these are things that men won't tell you. And a lot of women want this clarity and want this information, and it's not coming to you. And again, even as a man, I'm not trying to bash men in any way because, like I said earlier, we all go through the same thing. We just handle it differently. So where do you send the info? You can send it to my Clarence Brown page on Facebook, or you can DM me on relationship healing underscore, all right, relationship healing underscore on Instagram. So however you want to do that, or you can send it to info at maletranslations.com. No, info at relationship healing. Sorry, info at relationshiphealing.co. All right. So those 3 places you can either DM me, Facebook message me, or email me at info at relationshiphealing.co. So I appreciate y'all that's tuned in tonight. Let me see Instagram. I want to make sure I show y'all love. Lovely lady say, I agree as well. Thank you for the knowledge you have shared. I appreciate it, man. For real, for real, for real. That's what really makes me feel good. Because again, these are certain things that you're not probably going to hear on any other platforms. I'm trying to be different, but at the same time, give you the value that I feel like from day one has been asked of me. So let me see. Chevy Girl says, thank you for the insight. Learned a lot. Man, Chevy Girl, we appreciate you out there, Instagram land. And I see one more comment earlier. I want to make sure I get that. His Jules Purpose said, I misunderstood you earlier. I thought you were referring improving his life financially. I agree with everything else you said. That's love. That's love. Let me see. I agree. However, I'm referring to finance. Okay, cool. So everybody that's out there, remember, stop by my website, relationshiphealing.co. I got a few things before we get on up out of here, some more housekeeping, and we're going to be done. Number 1, the announcements. I have a free, high quality audit checklist. All right. Now that's supposed, what I'm doing with that is breaking down the difference between high quality men and low quality men. All right. There's a difference in the questions they ask you, ladies. There's a difference in the statements they make, ladies. There's a difference in the places they go. I also give you a few places that you may be able to find high quality men. And here's the thing, they're not going to be in high number, because that's the reason why it's a secret. Why? Because if all women knew where all these high quality men were, then you probably would already be late to the party. But in the checklist, which is free, once again, you can grab that and really look through that and be able to identify the man you're dealing with a lot sooner. Because I know a lot of ladies, y'all feel like sometimes you get fooled, you get duped, and before long you done been 6 months to a year with this person, and then now you get to see who they really are. Well, this is going to break down how they move, how men that are high quality move versus the men who are low quality, low frequency. Number two, my book, as I said earlier, Come and Talk to Me, The Women's Guide to Why Men Don't Communicate. You can grab that on my website. This is going to help you ladies to be able to identify that representative in a man, and get a clear understanding as to why it takes a man so long to open up to you. What is it that men see in women that makes them shut down where they were communicating to begin with when they met you? All of a sudden, now you can't get them to talk and say nothing. This is going to break down exactly what those reasons are. As y'all see, it's a quick read. It's not too long. All right, that's me on the back. Y'all see my picture right there? That's your boy when he used to have dreads. All right. Also, I have an online course for you ladies that if you want to learn how to attract a quality man in 30 days, I put that together because over the last year and a half, I interviewed over 200 men and got the real when it came to what is separating the women that men decide to date and ultimately marry, and the women that they just kind of just date and just, it is what it is, and they just kind of move on. So, ladies, if you really want to know from men what attracts men, what you have to do to attract a man of quality, then you need to get this online course, Attract the Quality Man in 30 Days. That's on my website. You can go and click that online course tab and check that out. It's only for $24.99. In July, I'm going to raise the price. So get it right now while it's only $25. I think that's really reasonable. So grab that online course, Attract the Quality Man in 30 Days. You won't be disappointed. All right. And lastly, I have singles and couples coaching sessions. So if you are someone out there that really wants to heal from past relationships and situations, so that you'll be prepared for the new person God is sending your way, then go ahead and book yourself a session. Or if you're a couple and you're dealing with something that you really feel like, hey, y'all need to reconnect, y'all really need to reunify and get closer to one another. And through relationships, there's ups and downs. But if you're unable to deal with the lows, you don't deserve to deal or to feel the highs of the relationship. Excuse me. All right, so singles and coaching sessions, singles and couples coaching sessions, there's on my website as well, relationshiphealing.co. And I'm out, man. That's all I got to say. Appreciate y'all love and support. Share this post. Save it for your own self if you don't want to share, but make sure you are following the Facebook page, Relationship Healing, Instagram, Relationship Healing _, and on YouTube, Male Translations, because we're always dropping content. I'm dropping a video every other day so you can get your dose of comedy, insight, and honesty from a male perspective on relationships. All right. And so, or also, if you want to support the show, you can either super chat me on YouTube or Cash App Male Translation through Cash App. That's the hood transfer right there. So appreciate y'all love and support. I'm out. I'm gonna see y'all this Thursday. We're gonna be chopping it up on what was the topic? What makes a woman wife material? That's what we're talking about. What makes a woman wife material? So y'all can come back on Thursday night and chop it up with your boy and my guest Barack Armin, who is a comedian, an entrepreneur, and a public speaker as well. So we're gonna get right into it, and we'll see y'all then. All right, holla. I'm gonna check y'all out again. All right, peace. What's going on, guys, man? Welcome to Attract the Quality Man in 30 Days. My name is Clarence Brown. Just call me a relationship coach, Clarence Brown. I'm a certified life coach and relationship coach. Also a author, speaker, and the host of the Male Translations podcast. Hey, listen, what I do is I bridge the gap. I bridge the gap of communication between men and women and try to bring a closer understanding through exposing situations that we all go through, but we just handle differently. I've been a relationship coach since 2013. I've coached over 100 singles and couples and helped them to be able to find the love of their life, as well as be able to sustain long-lasting, healthy relationships. What I'm going to do here in this course is I'm going to help you ladies to position yourself to attract a quality man within 30 days. I'm going to give you the keys, the triggers, and the different qualities that quality men look for in women they decide to date. And we're going to break down some of the things that men are looking for in women they choose to marry. So come along with me, come along for the ride, and enjoy the process, enjoy this course. And I hope that I'm able to pour into you and give you some direction as to how to attract a quality man in 30 days.